Dehydration stations remove water, gas, and solid particulate from hydraulic systems. These type of contaminants are all leading causes of premature hydraulic system failure and can severely reduce the life and functionality of the system and the fluids. During this video, we will be reviewing the setup, installation, and operation of some positive pressure and vacuum dehydrators that we have to offer. The Triton Dehydration Station, Triton-E, or also known as the TDS-E, is a 15-gallon a minute positive pressure unit designed to eliminate 100% of free and up to 90% of dissolved water from small reservoirs, totes, and gearboxes. Using patent-pending mass transfer technology process, the Triton Dehydration Station efficiently removes water and particulate contamination quickly in all environments. The viscosity rating of the Triton-E is 70 to 2000 SUS. 2500 SUS is attainable with the optional heater. The Triton-E is recommended for up to 900-gallon reservoirs with low water ingression rates or 400-gallon reservoirs with high water ingression rates. Our dehydration stations offer customization options to build the product that best works for you and your machinery. The model code TDS stands for Triton Dehydration Station. We offer either A or E models of these stations. Since this video covers information on our Triton-E model only, refer to our filter systems catalog for more information on the Triton Dehydration Station, Triton-A, or known as the TDS-A. The flow rate for the Triton-E is 15-gallon minutes on average, and it also includes the standard Viton seals. Please note that Viton is a registered trademark of DuPont Performance Elastometers LLC. As an option, we offer a mobile version of the TDS-E. This includes 2 fixed and 2 swivel casters with a brake. To assist in the drying of hydraulic oil and to increase the viscosity limit of the TDS-E, we offer an optional heater. Our voltage options consist of 460 volt 3-phase 60 Hz, 575 volt 3-phase 60 Hz, and 380 volt 3-phase 50 Hz. The 60 Hz units that we mentioned have a flow rate of 15 gallons a minute. The 50 Hz system that we mentioned is a 10 GPM system due to the duration of the motors. The air source comes standard with an integral blower option. This is what we use to dehydrate the oil. The Triton-E comes standard with 5 different media selections: 1 micron, 3 micron, 5 micron, 10 micron, and 25 micron exhalament media with GeoSeal. You can include a 12,500 watt heater if you so desire. Before you start the system, you want to ensure your hydraulic system connections are tight. Make sure all your connections are nice and tight to prevent any leakage that may occur from loose connection. Also, make sure your electrical connection is secure as well. Once that is completed, check any and all other electrical connections and make sure they're not loose or frayed. Once everything looks good, you can power up your dehydrator. The next portion of this video is to review the HMI, which is the human machine interface, and functionality of the LED screen built into the TDS-E. When you turn the main power on, you're going to see the main screen. From the main screen, the user has the option of entering operation functions, maintenance functions, or system information screens. System information includes touchscreen calibrations, program transfers, touchscreen user administration, and the touchscreen's model information. The operation mode screen gives the user a choice between automatic or manual mode. Back will take you back to the main screen. Warning: during the initial startup of the Triton unit, the suction line should be flooded with fluid to prime the Triton pump. Do not run the pump without fluid in the suction line or damage to the pump will occur. Once started, the Triton will run in automatic mode unless the user enters manual mode. The hard keys F1 through F3 at the bottom of the touchscreen allow the user to control the basic functions of the unit. The F1 button is the stop button available on every screen. It will stop the spray pump immediately, but the drain pump will continue for a short amount of time to empty the reactor chamber. The F2 button is a start command for the auto mode. It's only available on select screens. The F3 button is used to reset any system faults. We will review system faults later on in this video. Now that you know some of the basic support functions of the HMI, we'll now go further in depth in the operation process. The default temperature and saturation set points need to be entered to run in automatic mode. Select set point under saturation and enter the value. Select set point under the temperature to enter the desired default temperature value. The temperature set point is only available on units equipped with the heater. The Triton will operate without any user intervention until the fluid saturation is below the set point for longer than 2 minutes. The current percent saturation can then be observed on the scale. All values during testing can be reset by selecting the appropriate set point again. A 15-minute trend history can be viewed by clicking the scale. The percent saturation trend button will display detailed history of the current cycle saturation levels. We will go over this in further detail later in this video. Please note, if the fault light turns on during automatic mode, you will be directed to the corresponding system faults screen to observe and reset the cause of the alarm. The Triton unit is equipped with a remote start option. To start auto mode remotely, connect a 120 VAC maintained signal. To stop auto mode remotely, a remote start signal must first be present and then removed. All local controls can override the remote start signal. You can also enter manual mode and exit auto mode and shut down the motors. Set the fluid temperature by following these steps through the touch panel. Click on Operation in the main screen. Click on Auto Mode on the Operation Function screen. Click on the I/O field shown as plus 83 below set point in the temperature section and the Triton automatic mode screen. The following keypad will display. Type the desired temperature followed by Enter. Note, the maximum allowed temperature is 135 degrees Fahrenheit. The recorded time screen can be accessed by clicking below elapsed time on the auto mode screen. Hour meter records the total operation time of the Triton. Trip meter enables a reset operation timer, which is useful for preventative maintenance schedules. Cycle complete records the time the Triton has remained inoperative due to the fluid's saturation point being below the user's set point. Fault elapsed time records the time the Triton has remained inoperative due to a system fault. Auto mode elapsed time records the time the Triton has operated continuously in auto mode. The timer automatically resets each time a new cycle is started. The percent water saturation history screen can be accessed by pressing the percent saturation trend button in the auto mode screen or the percent button in the system status screen. This is a read-only screen and will record how long it took the current cycle and percent water saturation to reach 10 benchmarks. 10% through 100% in 10% increments. The running timestamps are retained until a new auto mode cycle is started. To start a new auto cycle mode, simply press the hard key F2 even if the power is lost. The system will not record the values during a short interval at startup to allow the system to complete flush, therefore preventing false readings. The automatic mode system status screen can be accessed by pressing the system status button in the auto mode screen. This screen provides a summary of the inputs and outputs in the current status. Active outputs are highlighted by check marks. Please note, the F1 button is the stop button available on every screen. It will stop the spray pump immediately, but the drain pump will continue on for a short amount of time to empty the reaction chamber. Use the E-stop to shut down all pumps instantly in the event of a failure. The system fluid is cycled through the reaction chamber in between two level switches. During the first cycle, fluid is pumped and gently sprayed on top of the loose reticulated media until the fluid level in the sump triggers the high float switch. The fluid is then pumped from the sump and returned to the customer's reservoir. After the initial cycle, the spray and drain pumps are synchronized to continuously pump fluid in both directions. The spray loop drive settings screen can be accessed by pressing GPM in the auto mode screen, the status screen, or the manual mode screen. This allows users to view the cycle time history. Cycle time history can be viewed by pressing one of the buttons on the bottom left half of the screen. Each time the power is cycled, the default auto-tuning function will be enabled. This function uses the cycle time history data to synchronize the pump speeds. Users can disable the auto-tuning function by pressing Disable Auto-Tune button located on the bottom right half of the screen. With a user's password, the flow rates can be adjusted in the following ranges: fill speed flow rate from 15.5 to 16.5 GPM, and flow rate offset from 2 to 5 GPM. Authorized users can modify these settings for diagnostic purposes outside this range. These values will return to their default values after power is cycled on and off, and if the auto-tuning function is disabled. The flow rates should only be adjusted if repetitive faults are present. Contact the factory for the correct password. The read-only drain cycle time screen displays the drain cycle time information in minutes. Similar to the saturation history, the longest cycle time is marked by a running timestamp, which is the elapsed time of the current cycle. In addition, the time during the drain cycle when the high float switch is energized is recorded. All information is retained until a new auto mode cycle is started by pressing the hard key F2, but if the power is lost, the data is also reset. Identical information is stored for the fill cycle on a separate screen. Please note, manual mode is intended as a diagnostic tool only. The system can be damaged by improper use or left unsupervised. The processor will shut down the system after 15 minutes. The 3 motors can be controlled individually to cycle fluid in or out of the reactor by pressing each individual icon. Triton units equipped with a heater can manually heat the fluid if the spray pump is running and the temperature is below 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Similar to the system status screen, this screen also displays the status of the float switches. The user can toggle between the fill speed and drain speed flow rates. The system fault screen can only be accessed when a fault is present. A fault present button will appear in the bottom right corner of the majority of the screens described throughout this video. To clear all faults, simply press the hard key F3 to reset all faults at one time. If the fault condition was not corrected, the description will reappear. By pressing the fault's description, the user will be taken to the troubleshooting section of the touchscreen. This page will provide instructions to clear known fault conditions. The Triton maintenance screen allows the user to review select sections of the user's manual on the touch panel. Safety information provides basic safety information and instruction the user must follow while operating the Triton. Maintenance schedule provides the user the schedule that needs to be followed to ensure correct maintenance. There are inspection and maintenance schedules in the following categories: general, fluid filter, electrical, functional test, and drain spray pumps. Maintenance procedures provide the user with step-by-step maintenance procedures to follow to ensure correct maintenance. Troubleshooting provides information regarding basic problems encountered while operating the Triton. On these screens, the user can find the cause and remedy of the problem by locating the error message. Commissioning provides information regarding transport and packaging, setup, connection, startup, and storage. Spare parts provides information regarding spare parts. It contains a list of basic components of the Triton with their Schroeder Industries part number. Contact Schroeder with any part that's not listed or with a per inquiry part number. Screen maintenance is used to update screen software, adjust contrast, and calibrate the screen. Technical data provides information regarding basic technical data of the spray pump, drain pump, heater, and the Triton unit itself. Contact Schroeder provides all information needed to contact us for product information, technical support, or any suggestions for improvement related to the maintenance instructions. The common faults that could occur when operating the TDS-E are clogged filter elements. An electrical indicator is placed on the filter element, and if clogged, it will notify you on the LED screen when your filters need change. Issues with the water sensor and issues with the pumps and motors. It will also notify you on the screen as well. This unit is very intelligent in self-diagnosing problems and faults. A vacuum gauge is also included so the user will be aware of any restriction on the suction line. If there is a restriction, the gauge will pan up. If there's heavy contamination, you may also have to clean the suction strainer. The way you can tell this is by the vacuum gauge. If the vacuum gauge pegs up, you'll know you have a restriction on that line. Check for any and all blockages in the suction line from the reservoir tank. For more information on our Triton dehydration station, Triton-E, or known as the TDS-E, please reference our filter systems catalog. The vacuum dehydrator, SVD01, serves to dewater, degas, and filter hydraulic and lubricating fluids. It works on the principle of vacuum dewatering to extract free and dissolved water, as well as free and dissolved gases. The viscosity rating of the SVD01 is 1000 SUS, or 4000 SUS with the optional heater. The SVD01 is recommended for up to 500-gallon reservoirs with a flow rate up to 1.3 GPM under normal water ingression rates. The SVD01 offers customization options to build a vacuum dehydrator that best works for you. In addition to the SVD01, we also offer the SVD05, 10, 16, and 23 models, which have the capacity to handle higher gallon per minute ratings and the abilities to remove both free and dissolved water, dissolved gases, and solid contaminants. We will talk in more detail about the SVD10 later in this video. If you'd like exact specifications on the SVD05, 16, or 23, please refer to our Filter Systems product catalog. The flow rate for the SVD01 has a 1.3 GPM average flow rate, and it can extract free and dissolved water as well as free and dissolved gases from standard hydraulic fluids, synthetic hydraulic fluids, biodegradable fluids, and fire-resistant fluids. As an option, we offer a mobile version of the SVD01. This includes 2 swivel casters on the front of the unit and 2 pneumatic tires on the rear. Our voltage options consist of 230-volt single-phase 60 Hz, 460-volt 3-phase 60 Hz, and 230-volt single-phase 50 Hz. There are 2 power option sources, 1200 watts for the 230 volt and 2400 watts with the heater for the 460 volt versions. The SVD01 vacuum dehydrator comes equipped with 4 different media selections: 2 micron, 5 micron, 10 micron, and 20 micron. You can, but you are not required to, include a contamination sensor and/or water sensor with your SVD01. Before you start the system, you want to ensure your hydraulic system connections are tight. Make sure they are tight to prevent any leakage that may occur from a loose connection. Make sure, after every 8 hours of operation, you check the oil level of the vacuum pump before you start up the SVD. There's an indicated minimum and maximum line, so it should always be full. There's also a gauge to show when you need to change the actual filter element located on the side of the vacuum pump as well. Also, the SVD comes mounted on a portable frame. Make sure the SVD is placed on a level surface to ensure a stationary position during operation. Also, please make sure your electrical connections are secure as well. Once that is completed, check all and any other electrical connections and make sure they are not loose or frayed. Once everything looks good, you're ready to start the system. For more information on our SVD01, please reference our Filter Systems catalog. The SVD10 is designed to remove 100% of free and over 90% of dissolved water, and as well as 100% of free and over 90% of dissolved gases. It works on the principle of vacuum dewatering to remove both free and dissolved water from oil, as well as dissolved gases and solid contaminants, and is offered in 4 models to accommodate various flow rates. The viscosity rating of the SVD10 is 75 to 1500 SUS. It can go up to 2800 SUS with the optional heater. The SVD10 can be used for tank volumes from 2,000 to 4,000 gallons with its flow rate of up to 10 GPM. The SVD10 offers customization options to build a vacuum dehydrator that best works for you. In addition to the SVD10, we offer the SVD01, the SVD05, the SVD16, and the SVD23 models. Again, if you'd like exact specifications on the SVD05, 16, or 23, please reference our filter systems product catalog. The flow rate for the SVD10 is 10 gallon a minute and can extract free and dissolved water as well as free and dissolved gases and solid contaminants from hydraulic oil and synthetic oils, biodegradable oils, and also transformer oils. But for the transformer oil option to work, you must opt to include the heater. It can also work with fire-resistant oils, but you must identify the fluid type, as this will help us determine if the SVD10 is the best option for you. As an option, we offer the mobile version of the SVD. This includes 2 fixed and 2 swivel casters. Our voltage options consist of 230 volt 3-phase 60 Hz, 460 volt 3-phase 60 Hz, and 575 volt 3-phase 60 Hz. We do have other voltages upon request. There are 7 options for power source, each corresponding to the voltage and options selected. The SVD10 comes standard with 2 of our depth media elements that hold pounds of dirt, as opposed to grams of dirt with standard elements. They are available in 2, 10, 20, or 30 micron filtration ratings. Before you start the system, you want to ensure your hydraulic system connections are tight. This will prevent any leakage that may occur from a loose connection. Make sure that after every 8 hours of operation you check the oil level of the vacuum pump before you start up the SVD. There's an indicated minimum and maximum line, so it should always be full. There is also a gauge to show when you need to change the actual filter element located on the side of the vacuum pump as well. Also, the SVD comes mounted on an optional portable frame. Make sure the SVD is placed on a level surface to ensure a stationary position during operation. Also, make sure your electrical connection is secure as well. Once that is complete, check all and any other electrical connections and make sure they are not loose or frayed. Once everything looks good, you're ready to start up the system. The next portion of this video is to review the HMI interface, the human machine interface, and the functionality of the LED screen built into the SVD10. When you turn the main power on, you're going to see the main screen. From the main screen, the user has the option of entering operation functions, maintenance functions, or system information screens. System information includes touchscreen calibrations, program transfers, touchscreen user administration, and touchscreen model information. The operation mode screen gives the user the choice between automatic mode and manual mode. The back button will take the user back to the main screen. By running the unit in automatic mode, the user is enabled to run the SVD automatically. You will need to enter default saturation and temperature set points to run in automatic mode. To set the fluid saturation, click on Operation on the main screen, then click on Auto Mode on the Operation Function screen. Then select Set Point in the Saturation section on the SCD Automatic Mode screen and type in the desired saturation level. The current percent saturation can then be observed on the scale. To set the temperature, select the Set Point in the Temperature section and then type the desired temperature. Note, the temperature set point is only available on units equipped with a heater. All values during testing can be reset by selecting the appropriate set point again. If the fault light turns on during automatic mode, you will be directed to the corresponding screens to observe and reset the cause of the alarm. Please note, manual mode is intended as a diagnostic tool only. The system can be damaged by improper use or left unsupervised. The processor will shut down the system after 15 minutes. Only use manual mode to check the function of the unit. From the manual screen, the vacuum and discharge pumps can be manually switched on or off, the fill valve toggled between open and closed, and the heater turned on and off if so equipped. You can reset all values during testing by pressing the All Off button. If the fault light turns on during manual mode, the Check Faults button will direct the user to the corresponding screens to observe and reset the cause of the alarm. The SVD maintenance screen allows the user to choose to view 8 sections. Safety information provides 5 pages of basic safety information and instructions the user must follow while operating the SVD. Screen maintenance provide the user with basic screen options such as cleaning, calibration, and contrast settings. Commissioning provides information regarding transport and packaging, setup, connection, startup, and storage. Troubleshooting provides information regarding basic problems encountered while operating the SVD. On these screens, the user can find the cause and remedy of the problem by locating the error message. Maintenance schedule provides the user the schedule that needs to be followed to ensure correct maintenance. There are inspection and maintenance schedules in the following categories: general, fluid filter, electrical, vacuum pump, functional test, and drain pump charge pump. Contact Schroeder Industries provides all information needed to contact Schroeder for product information, technical support, or for any suggestions for improvement related to the maintenance instructions. U.S. customary units allows the user to toggle between U.S. and metric customary units. For more information on our SVD10, please reference our Filter Systems catalog. The importance of water, gas, and solid contaminant-free fluid is the key to giving your machinery a long, healthy life. Water, gas, and solid contaminant in the fluid are leading causes to the hydraulic system failure. If you have any questions or are interested in learning more about dehydrators Schroeder has to offer, please visit our website at www.schroederindustries.com.